I guess Wi-Fi was fading, so I'm just on data. So anyway, um, hopefully whoever entered the chat earlier will come over to the new posting we just started, or the new live. But anyway, what I was saying is I picked up a new used e-bike for Lola. And one might ask why. Well, one, for the price and the condition that this bike is in, I couldn't pass it up. Um, Two, there's rainy days, and after rainy days, you got muddy days, and, wind and just trails in general can be more rough than others. And I thought this would be a great option, and the price was right, so I went ahead and got another one. It's a good spare. Ought to be great for when a friend comes over and wants to ride, or my better half, maybe this summer, might want to go out and putt around with us. So I'll have one, she'll have one, or I can supply one to my son if he comes out to visit out west, or my nephew who lives in California, my brother-in-law, and so on and so on, neighbors, friends, and I can trust them with this bike because it didn't cost me half as much as the one that I just purchased new. Hi, Cindy. Not sure if you were on the first live, but I lost connection, so I'll have to delete that one. We just started another one using my data. I think it was probably confused with my Wi-Fi and my data both. One of them I lost connection, and the other one was trying to pick it up or something, so just turned off the Wi-Fi, just make it easier. But this is a Rad Power Bikes brand right here, and Rad Rover is the model, and this is called the 6 Plus. And it's basically a new bike. I mean, those aren't scratches, it's just dirt. I brought it home kind of in the rain, so it needs a wash job. It's got some dust and dirt and stuff on it from setting around mainly. It was a year old, and it has about 70 miles on it. So, it's pretty near brand new bike. As you guys can see, it still has the little tits on the tires here and there. So the little tits haven't worn off of it yet. So it's basically a brand new bike. The only visual damage that was done, I don't know if it fell over or this just ripped over time, but these stock grips aren't much to speak for anyway. You can see it's kind of cracking, probably sun damaged also. The other grip's in good shape, but at this high altitude you can't have anything out in the sun for any period of time or it's going to just mess up things like that. You got to have pretty much stuff inside if you're not using it. It fades paint and on. So it's in great shape. Here's the rear tire, as you guys can see. The little tits on the tire there as well. So like I said, 70 miles is nothing on these things, especially if you get a known company. Last year, this was the #1 selling bike in America, or maybe globally, but I know for sure America. This company is a company located up in Washington State. Of course, I'm sure 99% of these things are all made in China, but they are a U.S. based company that gets them out of China. It's just cheaper labor, of course, so they can somewhat keep the prices down or make a profit rather. But you have somebody to talk to, just like the wired wicket that I purchased. There's a warehouse here in the States that I can call and talk to somebody or send them an email or what have you. Uh, and the difference is these guys have a say-so in their newer designs. They're having it made in China, but they can say, I want this done, I want that done. We're, improving the model. There is a Rad Rover 5 that was out before this one, and this one's a 6. They made a few changes, but, same company, same bike, same everything except for the improvements that they done from the 5 to the 6. So that would be having, a little say-so in your labor force over in China so you can have things done specifically the way that you want them done. You do the engineering and what have you and just have them build what you want. So I would imagine that's how that stuff works. Excuse me. It is windy and cold, guys. Still, again today. And it's going to be that way all summer. But it'll be a little nicer when it's 80 degrees, having a nice cool breeze off of those snow caps in the mountains. So I have ordered some accessories. And this is the first one that arrived. We've got a nice set of saddlebags, if you will. They call them something else on bikes. Starts with a P. Pannier bags or something like that. Something close to that. But saddlebags on a Harley, which is what I'm more familiar with for sure. But serves the same purpose. Just goes over this rack in the back, which is extra through this company. Another reason I went with the Wired Wicket company, it has a larger amp hour battery. This one I believe is bigger than what's in the 5, but I'm not going to swear to that, but I do believe it is. I want to say the 5 had a 14 amp hour battery. So this one might be 18 or something. I don't know. If you're interested in this particular model, you could do your own research. I've done a little research on the bike. I know they're a well-known company. They're known for the white wall tire. That's actually a reflector, which improves your safety. That was also on the 5, I believe. Also, I think that's just kind of a something that Rad Power Bikes does. This is also a 7-speed, I believe, so same as the Wired Wicket. A lot of similarities. They're pretty much the same length. This isn't a step through, as you can see, so a little hassle there, but I have noticed it sets a little lower to the ground. One example, I went to lock it up last night, headed to the backyard, over this little step here to go up that, and the bottom of the crank actually scraped a little on this bike right here, where the Wicket did not scrape. So they do set a little lower to the ground. As far as the bar across the top, this one back in our day they called them a boy's bike, but now the girls' bike, in my opinion, they're calling a step through. But I guess it's not as low as girls' bikes, I guess, back in the day. It does totally get rid of the bar altogether, so you can physically step through. This one can be unlocked and improve the speed, which was another reason I wanted to get this bike. If I want to go faster, I can go a little bit faster than the Wired Wicket for now. The bike on the Wired Wicked, buying it brand new, of course, it came with a warranty. Their warranty is for 2 years on the bike itself. The battery comes with a 1 year warranty. So I don't want to void the warranty, and I'm not 100% sure if you're going to buy a Wired Wicked brand. You may want to check into that. I've done so much research over the last month with these e-bikes in general, but I believe I remember reading that somewhere where you couldn't unlock it. It would void the warranty. So I'm going to leave mine locked for at least a year. The bike most likely won't be a problem, or, you know, under $100 fix most likely if it is a problem. The biggest thing is that battery, so I don't want to void the warranty on that battery for a year that I have it. Something else besides the bag that I got in was this factory post, which is what I ordered for the Wicked, but my homemade job actually worked out better on the Wicked versus the pedal bike. So it actually bolted up perfectly, worked out great. So I ended up installing this one on this bike, which I think I will mainly take Lola out on. Definitely during, you know, muddy days and things like that. And it's just little things like this, if I've got to tighten up that right there, obviously. It needs to go back. Just an overall tighten up job on things here and there. Fenders are a little cattywampus, so bend those little wire coat hanger things like I had to do on the Wired, and it was brand new. Guy I bought it from was super cool. We're still in touch with one another. This was his father's bike, and God rest his soul, but his father was in a car accident, and one of those puzzled things that he'll never know, but he hit a parked dump truck on the side of the road. I believe it happened on Interstate 80, so I would think that he probably had very little to no pain if he was doing 75, 80 miles an hour and hit the back of a dump truck on the side of the road in the middle of the night. So he's been gone a few months, and I guess he didn't want the bike or needed the money or what have you, whatever his reason was for selling the bike. And I'd been in touch with him actually before I ordered the Wicked, and we were talking over email, and I give him an offer on what I was willing to pay for it. And, just weighing my options. I wasn't up against the fence with buying a new one, so I, told him basically what I thought it was worth, and, didn't expect him to sell it to me for that price. And I believe that was even discussed, and we held out to see if he could sell it for more. And a couple of weeks went by, the Wicked showed up, and lo and behold, he ends up giving me a call back. Said somebody else offered him the same exact price, and I was the first person to contact him. So I decided to go get this one as well. It will allow me to keep some miles off of the brand new one I bought. I won't be worried so much about scratching this one or, dropping it or whatever happens. Muddy days, like I said. This one can be abused a little more, of course. So you got something brand new, you want to keep it new. So it'll be a lot easier to do with a plan B. And, it's going to work out to be a great little bike, I believe. Well, big bike, I should say. These bikes are big, guys, especially the fat tires. These have the same tires on it the Wicked has. It's 26 by 4 inch wide. So they're pretty large bikes, and they weigh 75 pounds, give or take. And then when you put a basket on it and, you know, other things, you're probably 80, 90 pounds, depending on stuff, how much stuff you add to the bike, you know, put tools or whatever things in bags and stuff, all that stuff weighs up. So you're 80, 90 pounds, I'd say, by the time it's all said and done. I did say you could unlock this one. I could go over that real quick. This has a separate monitor, which was an upgrade also with the 6 Plus versus the 5. Over here are your buttons, and over here is your monitor. The Wicked, everything's all in one on the Wicked, if I recall. Pretty sure, and that's how the 5 was on this model. So you just hit your power button here, fires it up, and it's got your light function here. If you want to get into the controls, guys, you're going to press both of these buttons and the light button, all three at once. And then that'll change your monitor here so you can get into the controls to change the speed. So I rolled this one up to 40 kilometers, which is how the internal controls are internally set, and I don't think you can change that, but it doesn't really matter. You're not looking at them on a daily basis. So you can change the miles per hour in the controls. It does have a clock, the odometer there, and there is a way of, let's see, I can't remember. I think you hold the bottom button. Maybe not. Maybe 2. There it is. So a trip odometer, it can measure time you've been out, and a trip odometer on the trip that you're out. So that's pretty cool too. And to change that, you just hold down both buttons. We'll do that, and it should go back to our clock and the overall odometer, how many miles are on the actual bike. So the overall odometer can't be reset, of course. So I've cruised it around a little bit. We got about 75 miles on it now. I think it had 72 when I picked it up, if I recall. So super cool bike. Gave me a helmet with it also. This bike lock came with it also. And after researching a little bit, this particular bike right now has a $200 coupon if you go to their website. It's $18.99 new, but you can get a $200 coupon right now. Now I did a little more research into it, and they actually charge tax. Excuse me. Wicked did not charge tax, but they did charge shipping. So, you know, they usually get you one way or another, of course. So tax on this would probably put you over $100 for sure. So that's going to somewhat take care of your coupon. And all of the accessories you have to pay extra for with Rad Power. So with the Wicked, mine came with this rear rack that goes through here. You can see it's bolted here and comes down to the seat. With the Rad Power, you have to pay for that rack, and I want to say it's $89. So there you are again, up against another $100 bill. So with the coupon, you get $200 off right now, which will knock it down from 19 to 17. But with tax and the rack, if you want a rear rack, you're back over the 200 plus. So when you add in the rack and the tax, this one has hydraulic brakes. They redesigned the frame on the 6. The 5 had cable brakes. I'm trying to remember what other change they made. Mm, oh, it was the motor. A lot of people say they claim it has a 750 watt motor on the Rad 5, but a lot of people claim that it's actually a 500 watt. So I don't know. You may want to look into that as well. But they're saying that this one is a real 750. Another cool option that you can do in the private settings with this one is you can reduce the wattage as well. So I have turned it up to the 40 kilometers, took it for a high-speed test, and me weighing with all the clothing I have on and probably 5-10 pounds of extra stuff on the bike, at least 5 pounds, the lock, the bags and such, I was able to get it up to 22 miles per hour. But I would say with myself in the extra cargo, I'd say we're 200 pounds, possibly a little more, with me fully clothed, etc., and all the extras. The mirror came on it, so that would have cost extra. Not sure if that's from Rad Rover or an aftermarket. But yeah, the lock, the little basket up front, helmet, the mirror, and the lock all came with the bike. So, I got some freebies out the deal, and got a really good deal on it. That's why I went ahead and scooped it up. We're going to be able to take care of the nice one and kind of boonie bash on this one out in the desert a little more, so feeling comfortable than on the white one that we just paid a lot of money for. That is a pretty cool basket. Nantucket Bike Basket Company. I just noticed the name there. If you guys are interested in that little basket, it's got nice little leather straps. I don't know, little surface rust on that buckle there, so it's probably an oldie. Who knows if you can even buy them anymore. But pretty cool bike. There it is, the 6 Plus, as it states there. And it should be stamped. There it is. Every bike by law has to have that stamp saying what class it is. Can't see the class. Let me flip the phone over there. See, class 2. So by law, you need to put that sticker on there from the factory. So if you buy an e-bike, it has to tell law enforcement, if there's any argument there, that it is a class 2. So turning it up to 25 going into the program, that would turn it into a class 3. But I plan on actually turning it down. So there's positives and negatives to getting into the controls. I don't like the torque that it puts off. The same goes with the Wicked the other day when I did a live with Lola on the side. You guys seen me trying to film her with one hand, and I hit the throttle and it took off so quick that the handlebar jerked a little sideways on me. So I'm not sure about the Wicked because I haven't even, I didn't want to mess with the controls at all to avoid the warranty. But I have noticed on this one I can turn it down from the 750 watts to 500 watts for one. So that should adjust some of the torque, which is your takeoff from a start. But you will want torque when you're climbing hills. So that's an advantage of having torque. But I'll probably reduce the max speed, turn down the wattage to 500 watts. That way it's not as jerky and such when I've got Lola on it. And if I go out solo from time to time, which probably won't be too often unless it's just a run around the block or down to the mailbox or something, she pretty much goes with me anywhere and everywhere. I get in the car, she's with me. She's tied to my hip. So just wanted to show you guys this. We picked it up, very reasonable price, and I think you'll see it a lot more in future videos, because this is what we'll be taking Lola around on. So I think that about sums it up, guys. I just wanted to share that new purchase with you. It's a good looking bike, and I really like the white wall being a reflector, so makes it safe to ride around at night. And it's got the headlight reflector underneath there that needs to be tilted up. I got to go over little things like that. It does have a brake light like the Wicked, so like I say, it's pretty much all the same features as the Wicked, just a little less power. This one's 750 watts and the Wicked is 1000 watts. But peak power, I know the Wicked has over 2000 watts. So if you're really putting a strain on that motor going up a hill, the Wicked is what you're definitely going to want to be on steep hills. But this will be great for running around trails and out in the desert. Something that I can beat on a little bit and not be too concerned that I'm gonna break something that cost me a couple grand. At least till it gets the first scratch on it, right? You know how that is. You buy a new car or something, you're nervous to death about it until you get the first scratch, and you say, well, there it is. All right, guys, we're gonna end it there. Just wanted to share the new bike with you. I like it. It's gonna work out great for us. So smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing the puppy run beside me in the future, because we're going to be doing a lot of that. And hopefully this weather breaks. It's been a rough winter for everybody over here in the States. A lot of rain, a lot of moisture, but we need the water. So once the weather breaks, me and Lola are going to go on some camping trips, and I've got a bike rack on order. Should be here next week for the van, so I can load the bikes on the back of the van, and I'll do a video on all that stuff next week as well. Heads up, videos probably are not going to be as often as they are now. I plan on going back to work next week, so just a heads up on that. So future videos, you'll probably be looking for me on the weekend most likely, but I'll keep in touch for sure, guys. And we're definitely going to do some weekend camping trips with Lola. Want to get her out on the boat as well. I've got a little fishing boat that I can pull behind the van, and that'll work out great too. Get her out on the water, get her into the lake, get her swimming. She's got a lot to learn and has not a clue how cool of a daddy her daddy is. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. We will probably, I'm trying to think, I don't know. Today I'll probably take her out for a little spin because she needs to run, but I probably won't go live doing that. It's just too cold out here today, guys. So the wind chill is just absolute insanity with all this snow in the mountains. So hoping for a better day tomorrow, or this before Monday when I plan on going back to work. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get another video up before Monday. If not, till next time, this is Van with the Van Life Biker Show. Thanks for watching.